Today's topic poem The Grumble Family. It's written by Lucy Maud Montgomery. So grumble, what is a grumble? Grumble means you're complaining about something. Complaining about something. So before we are going to the poem, we should know about the poet. Who is the poet? Ella Montgomery, Lucy Maud Montgomery. Her period was 1874 to 1942. She was a Canadian author. She was best known for her novels Anne of Green Gables in 1908. She published 20 novels, 530 short stories, 500 poems and 30 essays. She published over 100 stories between the period 1897 to 1907. Within a 10 years, she published over 100 stories. So before we are see the poem in stanza by stanza, we should know what is inside the poem. So what is inside the poem? We have a quick look of the poem. So there is when the poet saying there is a pessimistic family in complaining state. They are always discontented or dissatisfied. Whether the rain or sun, they are high or humble. Humble means ordinary. Always they complaining about everything. So the poet say to us, so good to stay away from them. And also she advised us to not to be like them. And also she advised we should be optimistic and happy always. Do you understand what is the inside the poem? First we see that. So let's see the detail in stanza by stanza and also we see the poetic devices also.
First stanza. There is a family nobody likes to meet. They live, it is set on Complaining Street, in the city of never are satisfied, the river of discontent beside. Explanation. Poet know a family. No one likes to meet them because they are always finding fault with others. They live in the city of never are satisfied. They live on Complaining Street near the river of discontent. Discontent means dissatisfied. Beside means near. Shall we see the poetic device in this stanza? The rhyming words are meet, street, satisfied, beside. Rhyming scheme A, B, B. The figure of speech Complaining Street, never are satisfied, river of discontent. These are metaphor or personification. Do you understand? Second stanza. They growl at that and they growl at this. Whatever comes, there is something amiss. And whether their station be high or humble, they are all known by the name of grumble. Growl means make a low guttural sound or threatening sound. Amiss means not quite right. Station means status. Humble means ordinary. Grumble means a complaining about something. Shall we see the explanation? They always make a threatening sound. They criticize everything that comes in their way. They feel that everything that comes in their way is inferior and imperfect. They may occupy high or low social status, but they are known to the world by the name grumble. The poetic device rhyming words are this, amiss, humble, grumble. Rhyming scheme AABB. The figure of speeches, they growl at that, they growl at this line, figure of speeches, anaphora. Anaphora means a technique where several phrases begin with same words or words. Here they growl at this, again they growl at that, they growl at, they growl at, and the same word repeated. So it is called anaphora. Are you clear? Third stanza. The weather is always too hot or cold. Summer and winter alike they scold. Nothing goes right with the folk you meet down that gloomy complaining street. Here alike means similar. Folk means people. Gloomy means sad or appear depressing or frightening. Dear children, shall we see the explanation? The Grumble family grumble about seasons. For them, summer is too hot, winter is too cold. If you happen to meet those people on complaining street, you will find them in utter dissatisfaction and discontent. Poetic device rhyming words are cold, scold, meet, street. Rhyming scheme AABB. In this stanza, complaining street is epithet, the figure of speech. What is epithet? An epithet is an adjective or phrase expressing a quality or attribute regarded as characteristics of a person or the thing mentioned. So the title Grumble family, the complaining street, these are called epithet. Fourth stanza. They growl at the rain and they growl at the sun. In fact, their growling is never done. And if everything pleased them, there isn't a doubt they would growl and that they would nothing to grumble about. Here, in fact means truly. Never done means never end. Pleased means satisfied. Explanation. The Grumble families are angered and annoyed when it rains. They are displeased and disturbed when the sun shines hot. There is no end to their complaints and grievances. If at all everything is to their satisfaction, they would be depressed and dejected that they have nothing to worry about. Poetic device rhyming words are sun, done, doubt, about. Rhyming scheme AABB. They growl at the rain and they growl at the sun. The figure of speech is epithet. You understand? Fifth stanza. But the queerest thing is that not one of the same can be brought to acknowledge his family name. For never a grumbler will own that he is connected with it all, you see. Here, queerest means most peculiar. Acknowledge means accept as true. Own means accept. Connected means related to. Shall we see the explanation? At the time, none of the Grumble family will admit the fact that they belong to the Grumble family. It is a strange thing. The grumbler would proclaim that he has thing to do with the Grumble family. Their denial and disowning fills up with surprise. In this stanza, rhyming words are same, name, he, she. Rhyming scheme A, B, B. Sixth stanza. The worst thing is that if anyone stays among them too long, he will learn their ways. And before he dreams of the terrible Jumble, he is adopted into the family of Grumble. Here, he means newcomer. He refers newcomer. Jumble means fearful disorders. Adopted means become. Rhyming words are stays, ways, jumble, grumble. Rhyming scheme A, B, B. Alliteration words used in second line long, learn, will, ways. Shall we see the explanation? If anyone stays with the Grumble family for a long time, he too would become a grumbler. That is the worst thing. The quality of grumbling is so infectious as well as contagious. Even before the newcomer realizes that he has become a grumbler, he becomes a part and a parcel of Grumble family. Seventh stanza. And so it were wisest to keep our feet from wandering into complaining street, and never to growl whatever we do, lest we be mistaken for grumbler too. Here, wandering means walking in an aimless way. Least means for fear that. Shall we see the explanation? Here is a word of caution. Do not stray into the complaining street. It is best to avoid entering that street. We may do a lot of activities, but we shouldn't complain. If we did so, we too would be mistaken for grumbler. In this stanza, rhyming words are feet, street, do, to. Rhyming scheme A, B, B. Eighth stanza. Let us learn to walk with a smile and a song, no matter if things do sometimes go wrong, and then be our station high or humble. We will never belong to the family of Grumble. Here, a song means in a joyful mood or singing songs. Station means social status. Humble means ordinary. In this stanza, rhyming words are song, wrong, humble, humble. Rhyming scheme AABB. Shall we see the explanation? Okay. We do many things in our day-to-day life. At times, some of them may go wrong. That time, we should not growl and grumble. We should overlook the wrong and continue to work with a smile. We should go on with our routine, happily singing songs. If we do so, we won't be branded as belonging to the grumble family. Our social status may be high or low. We should keep the grumble family at arm's length.
Now, dear children, do you understand this poem? What do you understand? We should not grumble for everything. If we do so, we also listed in that grumble family. And so we must learn to walk away with a smile and song. Then only we are different from them. Everyone likes us. Clear? Okay. What we learned, the moral. So we learned that we should not never grumble. And then we always will say, never grumble for thorns in roses. Be happy for the roses in thorns. And next one.